You gotta do anything there, game? Logo. So this is Populous. It says a tutorial? I forgot about that. But yeah, Populous is like the first Peter Molyneux game. And the first, quote, God game. And, well, it's not really a tutorial, it's just kind of a very easy level, I think. So what are these controls? What are these controls? See, I can't get down to those side bits. Oh, I hit select to get into this sidebar. From here, I can actually choose the... Oh, no, I can't because... What are standards? It should be highlighted. This may take me a moment. There's only so many buttons after all. Okay, is it B? No. Is it A? No. Is it Y? Oh wait, is it because I'm in the tutorial? So, yeah. Let me just reset this and do a normal level. But like, Populous was like a big deal at the time. It was like, oh, you got all these like godlike powers, and there's all these people running around the map just doing their own thing. And you're just like deforming the terrain and causing disasters, and they're dealing with it. But it's also like, you play Populous for 5 minutes, at least once you know, remember how the hell the controls go. Which I might have to look up manual. Okay. Well, now they're actually moving, so that's something. So, let me please have mess with terrain, please. Okay, there we go. Now I can raise and lower terrain. So the idea is, like, the more flat land they have for little houses, the more their little houses level up. And you can isometrically, like, you know, raise mountains, lower valleys in various steps like so. Ta-da. And, like, congratulations, you've now seen basically all of the gameplay in Populous. And yeah, as these houses level up and get bigger, they eventually turn into castles, which are nice. And the people will get displaced by that before going to a proper castle. But yeah, the bigger their houses are, the more likely they are to like spit out new people, who will then wander around and turn into new houses. And that's kind of the game. And you just do this, just reshaping the terrain to make them happy. And then have them get slightly displaced when they go to full castle size, which then has them wander out again. And up in the upper right, you can see the other powers that I have access to eventually if I just like sit around and let that collect. I want to say there was like a special thing where the like actual castles they won't actually pop out of with more people. That's just something I want to do at the end. But you just, you know, you babysit your people. You get maybe impatient and do a little of this to like, okay, yeah, get out there, settle somewhere else. just, you know, settle, and you have to, like, I think you have to have them in view to mess with the terrain. And the music is just this, like, doop, 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 the entire time with no actual, like, music. And there's, you know, a series of maps where you just do the same thing of just, like, flatten the land, make them happy, eventually spread towards the other side of the map, where I think I can't actually just go over here yet and start just, like, screwing with them. You have to be, like, within a certain distance, I think. Let me double check that I can't just, like, sink this person's hut. No. Has to be close. But you have, like, very little control over things, and it's very dull. And there's not a lot of variety to it. I mean, I can kind of, like, you know, like, shake the ant farm and get them to pop out and, like, settle more areas. And shake it again by letting those resume being castles and displacing these three, and then they'll go do some settling, and I slowly get my little god powers. Slowly being the operative word. I just, you know, raise and lower terrain, make them happy, etc. And it's just, it's so dull, and it never changes up. Like, the later levels are still doing this exact same thing. It's slightly interesting to get some of the other powers, because, like, if I, like, you know, had these not at, like, basically sea level, I could eventually use the flood one that's way at the end there, and, like, lower the overall terrain for everything in the world, and therefore sink them. But yeah, they have to be on screen to do anything. Here, get out of there. Move somewhere. One of the powers I have is, like, you know, setting, like, a direction for them to go in, like, hey, move towards this thing, which can be used to eventually, you know, like, get them towards the enemy. But mostly it's just this. Well, it goes doop 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 forever. No, don't build there. There you go. And you just, you know, you get the population advantage, and then eventually you hit the Armageddon button, and everybody gets out of their houses and have more HP based on how big their house was, and they just go fight in the middle of the map. And if your population is bigger, you win. And then you do the next map. And guess how many maps there are? Did you guess 1,000? Because there's 1,000. And they're all the same. Although they do, like, in the SNES version, I think only the SNES version, they change the palette up every, like, 100 levels or something like that. And later, you know, the designers would make Black and White, which is also just this game, and Goddess, which is also just this game, and Dungeon Keeper was actually pretty good. And then some, like, weird scam stuff with, like, quote, AI, unquote, and NFTs, and, like, some contest that the winner got screwed out of. Basically what I'm saying is that, like, Peter Molyneux is kind of a huge fraud, and I don't like his stuff. And that started with Populous here, which, like, I didn't ask for this. I just received this. And I really am just, like, waiting for that bar to, like, get to the point where I can hit the Armageddon button. If you look at the map in the corner, like, I have lots of people in their big castles, and the other side is just, like, spread out on some cliffs. But, you know, I gotta show off the exciting combat system of Populous, right? It surely isn't more just, like, sitting and waiting. That'd be ridiculous. And, like, this whole, like, raise and lower terrain to make the land flat so they can have more, like, farming space is like, well, that's an idea. What other ideas are going to your game? Just that one. Oh. Okay. I could make a volcano, but it has to be like close enough to them to do it, I'm pretty sure. I guess they are like slowly moving towards, you know, the part of the map where I could do things. I do like to just like mess with them a little bit like that, just to get more units on the map instead of letting them like max out first. Just kind of like shake them loose and off they go. It's just such a dull game, and like I'm already out of things to talk about. I haven't even finished one level. But yeah, the later ones in the SNES version do like get silly. There's like a Three Little Pigs themed palette. There's a like little people in your computer palette. There's like Candyland, but it's still just Populous. Like the gameplay doesn't change from what I'm doing right now, and it's very dull. And the music is barely qualifies as such. Okay, why don't you break this up a bit? That wasn't long enough. There you go. Wander out. I think I'll wait for that like skull thing at the end to like declare final Armageddon war. Which, like, I guess that bar charges faster with your population, and which you can see to the size of that shield is actually not that much higher than the other side, which is not great, but, like, what can I do? And I could flood and just, like, again, lose all of my people. I guess I could make a knight. That's something to look at. Do I have to click on a person for that, or does that just happen? You there, be a knight. No? Where is the leader? Oh, there's my little light. Okay, never mind. Somewhere in here. Yeah, there you are. So this one person has been filled with bloodlust and is gonna wander over toward the other side, and I can make a nicer path. Sorts. Get you over here. Now I can start like screwing with them a bit directly. Wreck your houses. Try to drown you. Have my net go over and smack you about. Get that slight edge before it's wartime. Die? Possibly. That's almost at the end game. Oh no, wait a minute. Yeah, burn their houses down. There you go. That's the way. Yeah, kill them all. could use my other disasters at this point, like make swamps and stuff, but like, oh, this is working. Okay, are we finally there? Are we finally at Skull's time? Wait, does that just like kill one person? Never mind. Where is the Armageddon button? I know it exists. It's one of these. I can also say everybody come over here. That's a thing. Where's your Armageddon button? It should be on here somewhere. Like, be less passive. Get out of your houses. There's more to declare. Go, go. In the meantime, make more knights. Okay, that is the Armageddon button. So now we're just gonna like get out of their houses, run to the middle of the map, fuse together, and do this. And whoever has the most population wins. And like, individual people like fuse together and combine their HP and like their one stat they have basically, but like you can't really see it. So you just like the two bars on the sides before you hit the Armageddon button, and that's who's gonna win because it's like very deterministic. Okay. And that's me, you know, winning a match of Populous. And then I move on to the next map. Get some voice acting. And it's just like, okay. And I get my password, and like, oh, you get like, you skip levels based on how well you did. So you don't have to actually play through 1,000 of them in a row, but like you have to play through more than the one that it takes before you're bored of the game. And this has like multiple sequels, and like again, everything else practically by Peter Molyneux is some variation on this game. It's a boring game. There's not nearly enough to it.